Good morning, Regents.
I'm Mr. Jones,
And I'm Mr. McGrath,
and welcome to the Regent Spotlight.
where no matter where we are,
We are all Regents.
all right, Mr. Jones, today joining us in the Regent Spotlight, we have Cris Cruz. Chris is a member of BSU. He's the vice president of Familia Latina. Played a little soccer at West through your junior year, Chris.
Yes. Yeah.
Through his junior year, he was on the JV Blue Squad, and what else? Oh, Maltico member, and a lot of you will recognize Chris from his starring role in the Start on Time videos and Language Matters videos at the start of the year. I think that was your claim to fame this year, no?
Yeah, those were fun to make. The few times I would come late to school, the teachers would always be like, "Aren't you that guy on the video?" And I'm like, oh, yeah.
It was like extra pressure.
Yeah, just a bit.
That's all right. No problem being a role model for everyone else. So how are you doing, man? How's this quarantine thing been going for you?
I mean, we're in crazy times, but thank God I'm good. My parents are working. I'm working a bit, so we haven't been too hard. We've been quarantined for like a month, 2 months, I think. I don't even.
We're on 2 months now.
2 months. Yeah, no, I sometimes wake up and I don't even know what day it is. I'm like, is today Monday? It turns out it's Wednesday, and I'm like, I've been trying to keep myself busy, whether that's like watching Netflix, just binge watching shows, or going on jogs, practicing a little bit of soccer here and there. I even started to paint, which is weird because I'm not like an art person. I never took an art class or anything, so I started doing new things here and there.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's great. What are you binge watching, Chris?
Oh, right now I'm watching this show called Dark. It's like a German show about like time traveling. I recommend it. Definitely recommend it. What else I also watched Back to the Future with my dad, which it is a classic, but I never saw it. Finished the Star Wars series. There's just been a lot of catching up on old movies.
Did you go Back to the Future 2 and 3 also?
Yeah, I still need to finish 3. I'm halfway done through 3, but I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
3, they tie it all together. You got to finish that one.
Yeah, I like 2 just because it's wild now to see what they thought 2015 would be back in 1985. Like flying cars and like,
hoverboards
and hoverboards.
Yeah.
But at least we got some version of the hoverboards.
Yeah, the shoes that would tie themselves or adjust to their feet.
Yeah. So
haven't gotten there yet.
So, Chris, you're a part of a lot of groups. You're a very social guy. Have you been able to keep in touch with like your friends and your classmates at West? And if so, how have you been able to do it?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep in touch with a couple of friends. But I've also just been kind of just minding my business a bit, just trying to chill, trying to just spend a lot of time with my family for the most part. It wasn't something I could do during the school year too much. So I'm very grateful that I got that time now. Usually I would have to like wake up early, go to school, go to work until like 8 or 9, go back home, eat, shower. My mom would go to bed right away 'cause she has to wake up early. And then I would start my homework pretty late, and then my dad would come home, and then I'd see him for a couple minutes, go back to sleep, and then do it all over again. So it's just been a lot of spending time with my family, but I've definitely been trying to connect with friends, just like through FaceTime calls or just checking up on them. It's hard because I mean I like want to see them, but we got to stay home.
Yeah. No, it's tough, dude.
Well, that sounds like a pretty dramatic change of pace at your household then, compared to what was going on and everyone being busy to now a little slower
Yeah.
slower pace to say the least, huh?
Yeah, we've definitely just been just chilling, going on walks. Like I said, watching TV, catching up on shows. But it's just really nice to just be able to relax. Like that's something I definitely kind of realized this year, that like time does go by really fast, and it's like a little cheesy, but I mean you do really have to like enjoy and appreciate the time you have here. So it's just been a really nice time to enjoy that right now.
Yeah, do you think your class, there's been so much talk about the class of 2020 and, things that you folks missed and um, with being in quarantine. And do you think that'll be kind of a legacy with your class and your classmates? I mean, something that this generation kind of carries through the rest of their life?
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to like tell my kids or my grandchildren like, oh, I was class of 2020. I had to be quarantined. It's gonna be a cool story, definitely. Something that's gonna be in the books. Um, but yeah, it's sad. I try not to think about it too much, but when I like think about like all the things we're kind of missing, I'm just like, man, it really does bum me out. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty for like being upset about my like uh my senior year being taken away when there's a lot of things happening out there. There's people who have family members being taken away. So it kind of just puts things into perspective to be like, yes, I am missing out on my high school, like a little bit of my highlight of my high school experience. But I also have to acknowledge that there's a lot of stuff happening out there. People are losing family members. And it kind of just takes me out of my like self-centered bubble and look beyond that. Um, so I don't know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's extremely mature, man, to think about it that way. Um, you know, but when you look back at your career at West, your 4 years, what do you remember most, or what are some of your favorite memories of being at West?
Ooh. Um, I would say my senior year was very fun. I feel like I experienced a lot and made a lot of memories. The first thing that came to mind was the Marlon Anderson protest. That was huge.
Mhm.
It was a really good experience just being able um, to be a part of with the whole BSU committee, trying to organize all of that, making the flyers, getting the word out, and then just seeing everybody who came out and supported was just amazing. It was just a range of students all coming together for a common cause, and it just really showed that student voice can be heard, and it can make immediate change as well. So that was just a really really powerful experience that I'm glad I had this year. Um, Another one was a DACA protest that Familia Latina helped lead. That was huge too. Um, just to see students who, who might not be affected directly necessarily and still care about what's going on. That was just beautiful to see my fellow like classmates go out there and support, even though it was cold. It was freezing that day. I remember we were all wearing gloves and we had to walk all the way to the Capitol, but it was nice. We had like I think Corona bus came down to a bus to West, and it was just a lot of people. It was a great experience to be a part of, to help organize with not only like the different schools and their different leaders, but also like outside organizations. Um, we had Voces de la Frontera help, which is like another organization that helps like immigrants around Madison and Wisconsin in general, and helps like provide resources. So it was I learned a lot from it, just being able to communicate well with others and trying to plan things.
You
Amazing.
mentioned the protests there, Chris. Do you feel like the Marlon Anderson protest, that was pretty early in the school year? Um, do you feel like that had a unifying effect that lasted, the rest of the time that we were together there?
Yeah.
Like, what was kind of the long-term impact you saw from that, from your eyes?
um it definitely united West as a whole, just because we all saw that we can all come together and we all saw the change. Marlon came back.
Mhm.
So it definitely impacted the environment at West. But they also just being part of the BSU committee made us like closer together just because we worked on everything from the flyer to walking out there to being in the meeting with the superintendent, with talking to Marlon, being interviewed. So it really made BSU this year strong, even though we had a lot of challenges that we kind of pushed through. We didn't have our advisor this year, which really sucked because Coach Gray was really a role model at the school. He was somebody that everybody could go to, and he is one of the few people at West who really, really care and are willing to fight for the students. So it's unfortunate that he wasn't here this year, but we have Miss Grant now, so we're really excited for what's to come next year. So
Definitely. And here she started like March 13th or 12th, right? Like the day
yeah,
before we were let out and never to come back this year. So um, she's still doing a lot of great work with her team and everything in this virtual world. But I know she really misses the odd opportunity to connect with kids individually and as groups in person.
yeah.
Hard starting out that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, I mean, what is, I mean, let's say down the road, you know, if the quarantine lasts through the fall, or, we're able to figure some stuff out to have some safe events or figure out a safe way to bring the senior class together, whether that's in the summer, in the fall, or in the future. What is something you think would help with getting some closure for you and your classmates?
Uh, maybe like a reunion or just having a prom. I think a prom would be really nice. I think that's a big thing everybody's missing out on. I was fortunate to go to prom last year, and it was fun. It wasn't what I expected. It was not like the movies at all. Um, it doesn't. It didn't live up to the hype to me. It seemed like a bigger homecoming. Everybody's like more dressed up. But it was fun. I'm glad I had it. I got to experience that. But yeah, having a prom would be really nice. I know even though some people might not be in the state anymore, I think for those who are, it would be nice, like some closure and just experiencing that. So yeah, prom.
All right.
Yeah, those little rites of passage and traditions at the end of the year, revisiting those and somehow and trying to bring closure, definitely. You talked a little bit about the perspective that you've, come to reflecting on, what you're missing compared to what other folks are going through. But let's afford ourselves a chance just to go back to that and what you're missing the most out of being out west and the things that you find that you're kind of longing for.
Um, I mean, I I didn't really think I was gonna miss West this much. Like I really, really want to go back. Of course I miss my teachers, my friends. But it's a small things. I remember I saying good morning to Miss Lehman every day as I would come into the counseling office. I miss that. I miss walking down like the cafeteria and it's all packed and people are just trying to get their lunch, or running to my 6 hours not trying to be late because I went out to lunch, or going to Milio's, going to the co-op and having to take off my backpack because I can't come in with it. It's just a lot of the small things I'm really missing, and it's just really sad that we won't be able to go back anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna wrap up this. We usually wrap up our interviews with just asking what's on your mind, or what's a message that you would like to give to the West students and community while we got the spotlight on you.
Ooh, um, just thank you. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to all my teachers, um, and to all the students. Everybody just helped shape my experience at West. It was a really good. I had a really good time at West. I can't complain. I'm closing off this chapter like feeling good. Not really regretting much of what I did. I feel like I accomplished a lot at West and met a lot of people and experienced a lot of things. So I'm happy for that. Yeah, I just hope that wherever all my peers end up going, whether that's college or the workforce or wherever that is, good luck, and I hope that it goes well, and I can't wait to see the big things y'all will do. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. Very insightful interview today and very mature perspective, like Mr. Jones pointed out on what you're missing compared to what others are going through as well. So thanks for joining us, Chris. Meant a lot to have you here today. And good luck to you in the future. All right. All right, folks, that was our Regent Spotlight interview today with Cris Cruz. And we look forward to visiting with others of you as the weeks go on here in the future, or for today rather. May the Regent Spotlight shine brightly on you. Thank you.